Hi everyone, welcome back to the Torok channel. So today we're going to talk about this Harley Benton SC-1000. It's the first guitar I have reviewed on the channel. It's about 1 year since I have made this review, so I thought it would be a good idea to tell you what it became, what mods I have done on it, why I have done these mods, and to tell you a little bit about the history of this guitar, because you have to know that this one is the fourth Harley Benton SC-1000 I have. And I'm gonna tell you what happened to the three first ones, because of course I don't have them anymore. Okay, so let's start with the very beginning. We are back in April 2019. I'm taking a look at what Harley Benton has to offer in terms of male-friendly guitars, and especially with guitars with active pickups, because I love EMG pickups. I want to get my hands on a guitar that could sound pretty much like what I have with Schecters and EMG pickups. And I'm attracted with this SC-1000 in white because I love white guitars with black hardware. So I decide to order one. It comes at home. I try it and there's something wrong. I don't know what happens at first, but when I try to set the height of the pickups and the strings, there's something wrong on the side of the lowest string. As you can see on the pics up there, the problem was not easy to imagine because the neck was glued in the body but not parallel to the body. It was lower on the low E side and higher on the high side, so of course I couldn't get any good setup out of this guitar and I had to return it. That's always pretty much the deal with Harley Benton guitars, you know. Sometimes you can get an incredible good value for the money, and sometimes you could have an absolute lemon that you're not even able to play. It doesn't happen that often, and when it does, Thomann are really great at solving the problem. I just had to return the guitar and they sent me another one. The only problem I had back then is they had no more Harley Benton SC-1000 in stock, so I had to wait until the month of July to receive the second one. The second one I received had no problem, except the frets were not polished, but never mind. So I received it in July and it was very hot out there. We were something like 30+ degrees outside. My palms were very wet and I realized the neck of the guitar was super sticky and I could not play this guitar. It's not just a matter of glossy finish, because I have other glossy finish guitars at home that I could play, especially my Schecter C1 Exotic Star, but this one really had the feeling there was some glue on the neck, so I could definitely not keep it, and I decided to return it and ask for a refund. Around November, I was thinking again about this guitar and I thought, okay, it could be a good guitar, it could be an extremely good mod project for me, and I thought, okay, but it does also exist in satin black. So why not going for the satin black? So I ordered a first one, which is the one I reviewed on the channel back in January 2020. Except that I had already done a bit of changes when I made the review. I had already changed the spots, as you can see. I also had decided to change the electronics in order to get rid of the hum of the edge visit pickups, but it didn't work. Okay. So the guitar I have reviewed, if you take a look, it had a small mark here because the painting had crackled when I hit the guitar with my pick. Okay. It was just kind of a little tear under the toggle switch, but it didn't look that good. And eventually, after a few weeks, the paint did start crackling here around the edge of the body. And once again, I had to return the guitar. But in the meantime, I had changed the electronics. I had also changed the tuners for some cheap locking tuners that was not really a good choice for me. And I had to remove my changes in order to return the guitar. But okay, I didn't have a choice. They couldn't just make new painting on the guitar, so I removed the electronics, I removed the tuners, I sent the guitar back to Thomann, and eventually they sent me this one, something around March or April, something like that. Okay, so this one is the fourth one. It's the one I have kept since this paint job problem. It is still okay. I just had to polish the frets again. I think on all the SC-1000 you will have some jobs in terms of fret polishing. So this is my version of the Harley Benton SC-1000. It comes with EMG 8185, Goto hardware, meaning tailpiece, bridge and tuners, and also I have changed the nut for a graphic nut. With those improvements, the guitar sounds much better, it stays really very well in tune, and I love playing it, I love chugging it, and I'm gonna have you just listening a little bit of a demo I have made on purpose for this video, just to show you how it sounds with those improvements. And just before we go there, I would like to ask you subscribing to this channel if it's not already done. Put thumbs up under this video and under all the videos I have made and that you appreciate. Share my videos, of course, with your friends, your families, on social networks, and so on and so on. And once again, if you order anything from my partner Thomann, please use my partner link that's going to be in the description down below. I have also made a list which implies this guitar of the stuff I have bought on Thomann, I'm currently using and I love to use. Maybe it's gonna help you finding some good stuff. The link is gonna be also in the description down below. So once again, when you use my link, for you it's the exact same thing as any order you would make on Thomann. But for me, of course, it's a precious help. It's gonna help me make more content, more demos, more reviews, and so it's gonna help me develop this channel even better than I'm trying to do. So thanks in advance for your help. Okay, now let's talk quickly about the changes I have made and why I have made them. First, an obvious change was the tuners, because really the stock tuners don't have such a problem of stability, but they're super jumpy. And the hardware, even though it was not so bad, had the feeling that the bridge was moving a little bit inside its cavity. So I thought, okay, since I'm gonna change the tuners anyway, why not changing in the same time the hardtail and the bridge? I chose Goto because Goto is doing some super good quality hardware. Everything is made in Japan, and it's not that expensive. It's much less expensive than if you go for Grover, for instance. So all in all, with the tailpiece, the bridge and the tuners, it was 129 euros of improvement. Okay, you can add 10 bucks for the Weftech nut. Okay, but also I had to change it because the stock one was not really good. I could have just filed it a little bit to make it even better, but okay, I thought for 10 bucks, let's change it. And if I want a real good stability, a Weftech nut is going to be more than helpful. Okay. As far as the pickup goes, since I have a lot of guitars with EMG pickups, I have basically too many pickups for the number of guitars I have. So it was easy for me to find a set of EMGs. I decided to go for the 8185 because I find it suits really good with this guitar, and I mean, these are kind of basic EMG active pickups, and what I'm doing with this guitar, as you have heard, is basic chugs and this kind of things. That's why I love it, you know, it chugs super nice. So all in all, the guitar is 188 bucks. The mods I have made are 140 euros, so 328 euros, because I already had the EMG pickups at home, and of course I didn't have to pay for them. So for 330 bucks, let's say it, I have really a very nice chugging machine. And if you wonder how useful it is to change the pickups on this guitar, I have made a quick recording with HBZ pickups of the demo I have made, so I'm just gonna make you a quick comparison between the EMG 81 in the bridge and the HBZ in the bridge, and the EMG 85 in the neck and the HBZ in the neck. Here we go. Okay, as you have heard, the difference is pretty obvious on the neck position. On the bridge position, it's harder to hear, but you just got to know that even though these HBZs are pretty good for playing high gain stuff, they've got an enormous amount of output. I would suggest too much output for the poor components of those pickups, so you always have something like a constant buzz that surrounds your sound, and that makes it sound more dirty than you wish it was. If you are like me, you're used to EMG pickups, you're used to going for super high gains and having the sound under control, and that's not what you get with this HBZ. It's not easy to hear when it's recorded, but when you play, you realize instantly what the difference is. And once again, I had those EMGs at home, I didn't have to buy them, so it was an easy change for me. Maybe you would hesitate, but just keep in mind that those EMG 81, 85 or 60 are super easy to find on the used market. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to swap pickups on this guitar, and a few tips you have to know if you're doing the same thing. Okay, so now let's imagine that you want to change the pickups and you want to switch from EMG to HBZ or from HBZ to EMG. Let me show you how easy it is. Of course, you have to loosen the strings. I personally put them aside of the pickup rings to feel more comfortable when doing this. So you unscrew the pickup rings. Have of course done it just a little bit before shooting this sequence. It's not the most interesting part of the video, of course, but okay, it's gonna be quick. All right, here it is. Don't lose them. Now you just take the pickup, unplug it, bring the HBZ, it's here, and plug it in instead. You always have to be careful with this because you have three little golden points here. Hope you're gonna see it. I'm trying to zoom with the camera. These things have to look at the inside of the cavity, basically, okay? If not, well, you're not gonna have a lot of sound. But that's really easy. You plug this in, you put your pickup in a good way. And of course you just have to imagine you have a pickup ring surrounding this HBZ. As far as the pickup ring goes, very important things I have to mention. The screws that comes with the HBZ pickups and that's made for putting the HBZ on the pickup ring are thicker than the ones that comes with EMG pickups. I think this one are 2.9 millimeters thick, when the one that comes with EMGs are 2.4 millimeters thick. So it means that the screw that's made for the HBZ is gonna fit in the HBZ, as you can see. But if I try to put it inside an EMG pickup, it will not work. Here is another of my EMG pickups, EMG 85. I try to put this fucking screw in and it will never work because it's too thick. So if you buy your EMGs on the used market, pay attention to this detail. If the one that sells you the pickups just sells you the pickups like this, no screws, no rings, nothing, you will have to buy the screws apart. So you can find some EMG screws on retail. You can find them, of course, on the EMG website. You can find some on Tomon. You can find some pretty much everywhere. The price is very cheap. It's $3 for a set of 4 screws, so no problem to find them. Okay, so as I said, this is my favorite Harley Benton guitar, even though it's not perfect. There are quite a few things I wish were better on this guitar. For instance, this neck hill, which is much too big, and that makes the access to the 24th fret very complicated, to be honest. I'm not going to the 24th fret when I play. I hardly go to the 22nd, generally I start at the 20th fret. So I don't shred with this guitar, but I have chugs and I have fun with playing some fat rhythm tones. The other thing I wish was better are these frets, even though they're not bad, but I wish these were extra jumbo frets. And you know, all in all, I wish Harley Benton did a Pro Series version of this guitar with, as they did on the AX84 Modern, for instance. It would come with gravel locking tuners, with a Graphtec nut, with better quality hardware, with 24 extra jumbo frets, and that would be a killing machine, you know. So Harley Benton, if you're watching this video, please think about it, and more than thinking about it, please do it. I'm sure you're gonna sell it, and I'm gonna be the first one buying one, you know. Okay, but what makes me love this guitar is the feel of the neck. I really think the neck of the guitar is a very important part of the guitar because it's something you cannot change unless it's a bolt-on neck, and even if it's a bolt-on neck, it's not that easy finding another bolt-on neck that you can replace, you know. So this one is a glued neck, so it's impossible to change it. But you know, the feel of this neck, it's a C-shaped neck. It's not as thin, as modern as what I have on my Schecter guitars, for instance, but it's super comfortable for playing chugs, for instance. I also love the way it looks. I have told a little bit before that I love white guitar and black hardware, but I also love black guitar, satin black guitar with gold hardware. Makes me think of an ESP Eclipse or an LTD SC-1000, but of course not for the same price. And really, when I think about chugging, playing some kind of brutal thrash riffs and this kind of thing, it's the first one that comes in my mind, and generally the first one I take, and I have tons and tons of fun with this guitar, you know. And I guess it's this feeling that I cannot really describe because it's inside me, but that's what makes this guitar my favorite Harley Benton this far. Okay, so I think I've said it all. I just wanted to make a video with this guitar 1 year after the first one, just to show you how things are working, how things are evolving with time, the changes I've made, why I've made it, and what I feel when I think about it after 1 year of playing it, not on a daily basis, of course, but very often, really. So I hope this video is gonna prove useful to you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.